here. I think it's in this area. I'm gonna have to go take a compass bearing and see. This is the spot. I found it. It's partly uncovered. It'll be easy to get out. Give me a sec. Found it. It was there. Okay, so we got the tube, we got it ready to open up. We can use the stuff that's inside of it. To be honest, it's been in here long enough. I don't completely remember everything that's in there. I know some of it. Let's open it up, see what we got. And remember, this isn't a long-term big deal tube. This was just a resupply to get us some stuff we need. That way we had it. The idea being it's on the way somewhere. I probably explained this 100 times already. You know what I'm talking about. But that's what we got. So let's see. Let's have a look. I'm lucky I was able to turn that. I hadn't thought about that. I didn't bring a wrench or anything. All right, well, to start with, I've got something hidden in the cap here, which I had forgotten about. I've got a, it's got that square cap, so there's a little hollow spot. Let's see what, all right, cool. I got fish hooks. Can you see those? Some little treble hooks. And a package that's got a couple of other hooks, circle type hooks in that. So that's handy, yay. Good thing to have. With the kind of fish that we'll be looking for, that's a good thing to have. We have fishing line, that's a handy thing, and a little bit of 550 cord inside of that. We have These are good right here. These are little rehydration packs. They're like Gatorade, like powdered Gatorade, except it's not really that. But they're some of the salts and the what do you call it, the electrolytes and stuff. That's what I'm thinking of, electrolyte pack. So I've got 2 or 3 of those. I've got a couple of steel leaders, which are good for fish that have big teeth in them. Pull those out. Different flavor. This is actually more of a vitamin C type pack than it is a rehydration pack, but it's still got the electrolytes and things like that in there as well. I've got some artificial sinew wrapped around a piece of flint. Now that's funny that I put a piece of flint on here, but a piece of flint is the best thing to use with a steel if I'm going to strike a fire. So, and a lot of times you go places and you don't find flint. You find all kinds of other rocks, but not anything with the hardness and the properties that flint has. So we've got that. More hydration packs. And those are good to have in hot country for sure. Now, here we go. What do we got here? All right. One more hydration pack. What I got, like a total of 5 of the raspberries and 3 of the oranges. That makes me happy thinking about those. I'm actually thirsty right now. All right, in this bag right here, I have one more, so it makes 6 of them, of those packs. I've got bouillon cubes, beef and chicken bouillon cubes. Now, rice is a great thing to have, and I know I've got rice in here. That's one of the things. But to just not have to have plain old rice is a nice thing, and so to that end, I've got bouillon cubes to flavor it with. I've got a couple of Bic lighters. I can build a fire with flint and steel. A whole lot easier. It's a whole lot easier to do it with a Bic lighter, though, to get a fire going. So there's those. This right here is simply the contents of an MRE accessory pack. There's a couple of mints, package of matches. Looks like I've got a Band-Aid in there. I've got a sugar pack, a coffee pack, a creamer pack, a little Tabasco sauce, and a little Pizza Hut red pepper thing for more flavor. That whole food fatigue and food boredom thing is the thing to deal with. All right, next bag is, it's a little first aid kit. That's actually a decent first aid kit. And this has, I'm going to get a little bit more comfortable here. This has all the basic stuff for first aid. I don't have a tourniquet in here. I don't have blood clot kit. I don't have gunshot wound kit or sucking chest wound. I'm as old as I am. I've never had a gunshot or any of that other kind of stuff, but I've had lots of little cuts and scrapes and that kind of thing. And so I've got Band-Aids, some cotton swabs, different Band-Aids in fact, and then I've got some some antibiotic cream, which is good. A little cut can turn into a big deal, and so that's an important thing. Now, we have a knife, a little pocket knife, nothing fancy, and a little bit bigger knife. I love knives, and these right here are both fairly expedient and fairly good blades. This is an Imperial. This is an American, I can't tell what it is. It's basically just some old kitchen steak knife, carving knife that I got. It's a good steel though, and it holds a nice edge. Needs to be dressed up a little now. Here is something, yay, I was hoping I had. This is some pinto beans that have been run through a grinder, basically through a flour grinder, but only on the loose grind setting. So what we did was we just busted them up so they're smaller and easier to cook. We can portion these out into about 3 really good meals, maybe 4 really good meals because of the way they're busted down here. They'll cook fast, they'll cook good, and beans are, a great source of protein. Here we go. Here's one of the things of rice I had. Now I could tell a little bit about why I've got them in plastic bottles. These bottles right here seal up and don't let water out, so mostly they won't let water in, so they'll keep everything fresh and good. And plus, once we pour the ingredients out, then we can use the water bottles as water bottles to carry water in. So that's a handy thing. Now if I remember right, there's one more rice in here along with a bullet pack. See, it's something I'd forgotten I put in there. This right here, since I don't know for sure what caliber rifle I might have, I've got 3 of the most common calibers. I've got .308, I've got .223 or 5.56, and I've got 22 shells, 22 long rifles. So that's a handy thing. I forgot those were in there. I'm almost always going to have some sort of a rifle with me. This is the other part of that flint and steel set. This is just an old worn out file, plain old mill file. It probably got just enough left on it I could still sharpen either a hatchet or an axe, which I don't have in this, or even this knife. I mean, there's enough here I could dress up the knife just kind of like a steel as well to kind of sharpen it up a little bit. And so that's good. But this, along with that piece of flint, helps me get a fire going. This is the other package of rice that I knew was in there. So I got that guy. So there's 2 rices. With what this is, depending on how many people we've got. Now, there's more in here. That's just a piece of trash. That may be all that's in here. Nope, that's it. That's it. That makes sense. I couldn't remember there being anything else. But anyway, that's the contents of the 3-inch cast tube. Just a handy little resupply tube to kind of fill in the gaps. So, if you're thinking about that kind of stuff, this is something to think about. If you've noticed, BA Step One Survival has taken this up to a kind of another level, and he painted some of his and had kind of a different idea for some of the caps he put on it to waterproof them and keep them, keep things from getting in. A little bit of camouflaging wouldn't hurt. Might catch people's attention more if you've got it hidden out somewhere, though. But camouflaging is a good idea. So anyway, there you go. That's what we got, and thanks for watching.